Hey everybody, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, coming to you from, well, sunny and warm and dry western Pennsylvania. This is Friday. I believe it's July 26th, if I'm not mistaken. Today I was actually supposed to go to an Oliver show. One of my friends and subscribers, Matthew Davis, he is an officer in the Buckeye, I think it's the Buckeye Oliver Collectors Association, or it's some organization with a name like that. I know it has Buckeye in it. But anyways, he invited me to this show. It's in Pennsylvania. It's about 2 hours from where I live. And today was one of the days it was going on. And today Oliver was the featured tractor. And I had told him I was going to try to go, but I ended up not being able to because I had one of my biggest hay customer, person with a big horse stable, was completely out of hay, and I had to take her an emergency load, so that messed everything up. And by the time I got back, it was about 2 o'clock. So I knew that I wasn't going to go to the show. And I had told Matthew that yesterday, that, you know, because of that hay, that I wasn't going to make it. But when I got back and it was about 2, well, by that time, you know, the dew is well burnt off. And I thought that it would be a good day to start on my oats. I usually grow 12 acres of oats these days because I have everything else in corn and soybeans and a little bit of hay. So the oats looked about right, so I thought, you know, I'm not able to do, because of a scheduling conflict, I can't combine this weekend. So I thought, you know, I'm here anyways this afternoon, I might as well get started. So I had the combine and the head ready already, so I just had to put a little bit of fuel in it, and I was all ready to go. This is my John Deere 4400 combine, which I've had since 2016, and which has been doing a really nice job for me over these intervening years. The head is new to me, and you may remember back in I think it was November probably of 2023, I did a video of Corey and me going to Toledo to buy this head from a widow of a farmer who had died 4 or 5 years ago, an older gentleman, and she was just last fall getting around to, you know, selling the remainder of his equipment. And this head was one of those things. So this had sat for probably 4 years without being used. But I just want to say that it's a really, really good head. I mounted it on here a couple weeks ago, you know, in preparation for the oats, but and then I got the combine all greased and everything. But the one thing that I had to do, and Dan came up and helped me 2 days ago, was to put these dividers on. These dividers Corey and I had taken off in Toledo, and we had actually put them beside the head on the trailer, because if we'd left them on, they would have stuck out too far. I thought that I was going to be able to put them on myself, but my buddy Dan said, oh, I'll come up and help you. And it's a good thing he did, because it would have been quite a task for one guy. But we got these on Wednesday, and today's Friday, and I took it out, and it worked great. The one thing I did, as recommended, you know, by a number of people I talked to in forums that I read, was because this is a flex head, sometimes people will say that things like oats and wheat and barley won't feed well whenever you're cutting them high, which is what I do. I always cut my oats high, and then I go in and mow the stubble, because I don't want to run all that chaff and stuff through the combine and just take more of a chance of plugging it up. So I mow it high, and then I mow the stubble and then rake it and bale it for straw. But a lot of people say that on these flex heads, if you don't lock them so that they're not flexible, that the grain won't feed right. So locking it wasn't a big deal. There are 5 bolts. Oh, and you can see that I'm staying hydrated with a Mike's Harder strawberry and pineapple drink here. I'll put that down. But in any event, there are 5 bolts that go down through it and lock that flex mechanism. And there's also a big, it's about probably a 3.5 inch washer. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different places. So what I had to do was, take a jack, push up on that bottom of the head so that it was completely unflexed, and then that would make the hole appear the right way, and then I could stick the bolt down through and put the nuts on and lock it up. You start on one side and work your way the whole way across. So that wasn't such a big deal to do. It was really pretty easy, but I did have to buy those washers from John Deere because you don't find them around anywhere. Okay, so I did that. Everything fed well. Now, as I said, this head wasn't used in probably 4 to 5 years, but you can see if you look inside that I've already done the combining and filmed that. I'm filming this intro after the fact, but you can see that from the combining I did today that it's pretty well shined up. So everything worked well. So what you're going to see today is me working on the first of 2 6-acre fields. I was able to get this first field all done, and it didn't turn out too bad. So that's what you're about to see. You'll see me combining in that field, and then you'll see me unloading, and then I'll do the outro from there. So I'll be right back. right, the field I was working on is done, so I'm half done with my oats for the year, and I'm going to unload the last little bit of it here into Corey's wagon. I have a hay customer that is buying probably half my oats, and Corey is going to buy the rest. So I'm filling up the gravity wagons. There's one of my gravity wagons with the first part of the oats that came off this field, and the overflow is going into Corey's wagon, and I still have another 6-acre field to do. So the 4400 worked pretty well today, I have to say, for a 53-year-old machine. And this head, this flex head that the 213 that I bought, I think it was last November, out by Toledo, and I did a video on it. It worked perfectly. Locking that flex component out of the header really made the oats feed in nicely. I didn't have a bit of problem. So I'll continue doing that. And if you look in the distance, right, you may not see it for the shadows, but right about in there is my old grain head. I already got rid of my old flex head that shit the bed last fall when I was doing soybeans, and I sold it a couple weeks ago to a local junk dealer for scrap, because that's all it was. But this head here, it's not even a 213. It's the series prior to that, the quick attach, they call it. Some people unofficially call it the 100 series, but that head I'm gonna, let's see if I can zoom in. There it is. Yeah, you can see it right in there. But that head I'm gonna be selling, or try to sell it anyways, because I should be able to use this flex head for my oats and for my soybeans. Okay, so there you have it. That's what the oats process looks like here this year. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave me a like, and don't forget to subscribe if you already haven't, and if you have subscribed, I appreciate that very much. Don't forget to leave me a comment or ask me a question. I do read them all, and I do respond to every comment or question that I get. So for now, this is Charlie, the Pennsylvania grain farmer, saying see you next time.